Well, the last couple of weeks on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel, we've had new rivalry games going on. Tonight, you know, this one's just like an old shoe, real comfortable. 54 years Skyview and Logan have been going at it. Can you believe that? Over half a century. 54 years for the Grizzlies and the Bobcats. Last time out, just a couple of weeks ago on the Game of the Week, the Bobcats held on for the 12-point win against Logan at Logan in a pretty good ball game. They've got some great players in this game. Everything starts with Mason Falsliff for Skyview, one of the top scorers in 4A. Jared Bagley on the other end is a good scorer as well, and he's joined by Anthony McDade in that backcourt that gives him a good 1-2 punch. Both of these teams are tied atop Region 12 right now for that top spot as we start the second half of region play, and they're both hot. Skyview's won 5 of 6, Logan 5 out of 7. Who will come out tonight on top? Stick around and find out on the Game of the Week.
Why leave to go to that indoor cycling class when the ProForm TDF can bring the best indoor cycling class to you?
Are you ready? Let's do this!
Introducing the ProForm TDF. It's the most exciting indoor cycling experience ever, and it's right from home. With the ProForm TDF, you can join live, studio, and on-demand classes with all the ups and downs and everything in between. It's an immersive experience you just gotta feel to believe. The TDF comes with iFit, powered by Google Maps, so day or night you can log on, pick the classes you want, and join in. The world's best coaches will be there to give you a rockin' workout. It's never been so much fun to get in shape. You can even bring your friends along for the ride. Plus, with an amazing extra-large interactive touchscreen, it's just like being there, only better. No other bike can do this, and it's right here waiting for you. Only on the ProForm TDF. Right now, you can have the ProForm TDF in your home for less than the cost of joining a spin class. Go to proform.com today to get the TDF for $0 down plus free shipping.
It's funny when you get into region play, because the first thing I want to say is, weren't we just here? But we were down in Logan, and that was a pretty good ball game. You used a strong third quarter to really separate yourselves from the Grizzlies, but you know, they've been playing really good basketball since then. In fact, they haven't lost since that game.
Yeah, they've been playing really well. They had some guys step up, shoot the ball well from the outside. They missed a lot of shots down there at their place. First game of region, probably a few jitters and stuff. I don't expect them to miss that many open shots tonight. So we're gonna have to do a little better job defensively of closing out to their shooters and taking care of the inside. They really try to get the ball inside to Jensen and to Roberts when they can, and we got to do a good job of taking care of that as well.
Let's talk a little bit about the region now. You had a chance to go all the way through, doing well on your first pass through there. Give me your thoughts, as you've seen all the teams once now.
Just like I thought, every night's tough. It's tough every night. You've got to bring it, and you got to get after it. Everybody's well coached, and every night's going to be a close game. You got to bring your A game. You can't take any nights off, and we kind of had one of those nights against Green Canyon, and hopefully we don't have a repeat tonight. And understand that every game is you're playing for a region title, one game at a time.
You talked about this just a second ago, but you know, they're a team that's got some size. They're as bigger than anybody else in the region other than you guys, and you were able to really take that away from them down there. What do you do to help them, or help yourselves not give that to them again tonight?
Well, we need to play defense like we did. I thought we were really physical down there, and we got to do the same thing tonight. We got to be physical with their post guys, keep the ball out of the high post so they can't run their high-low game, and that's a key for us tonight. And so I think if we can do that, I think our big guys will be fine. We just got to work together, and hopefully, like I said, because when they do get it on the low block, they're pretty good, pretty efficient down there, and so I think our post guys are pretty good as well, and so they can do some good things. Braden and Andrew have been playing really well for us, and Cole DeBoer had a good shooting game last game, so hopefully we can carry that forward tonight.
All right, good luck tonight. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. Well, we talked with Coach Hilliard about the last time out. They used a big third quarter to create a little space and separation there. Other than that, you know, you won 2 of the other 3 quarters, and the one that you did lose other than that third quarter was just barely. So you were right there, but you couldn't put the ball in the hole in the third. What happened there, and how do you rectify that tonight?
I think they did a good job of forcing us to take some tough shots, and we shot a really low percentage in our last game. Did a lot of really good things too, but just that third quarter hit a really bad drought, and they did a good job of capitalizing.
everybody knows that they can score. They're pretty good defensively too, long and quick in the passing lanes. You got good size down low. Didn't really get a chance to take advantage of that last game. There's some foul problems, and again, they played well defensively. Is that something you want to do a little bit better tonight, is use the low block?
I think we're really just trying to move the basketball with more of a purpose and try to get a lot of our guys touching it so that we're harder to guard, and we've really done a good job of that in the last few weeks, and we know tonight's going to be fun because there's going to be a lot of energy in the building and a lot to play for.
So you've been all the way through the region now. You haven't lost since the last time you played Skyview. Give me your thoughts on the region now that you've seen everybody.
It's been fun. Every night matters. Every night anybody can beat anybody, and it's been, for the first time, having all the teams in one region. I think it's been great for the community, and it's been fun. Our kids love it. Every single night there's something to play for, and a lot of people are excited to watch games. So it's been a good experience.
All right, Coach. Good luck tonight. Thanks for your time.
Yep, thank you.
Say the word base. Say the word mess.
I'm a stock photo, so I live in a perfect world. I have my own private garden with the freshest produce that I use to make my own salad every day. My garden has kumquats, persimmons, chom-choms, apples.
I like kumquats.
You probably don't have a private garden, but you do have Wendy's. They use bold ingredients in their salads, like strawberry and mango in their new strawberry mango salad.
I like kumquats.
Wendy's new strawberry mango salad. Fast, fresh, and convenient. It's the perfect salad for your imperfect world.
I like mangoes. And chom-choms. And socks. And the color green.
I'm never leaving this garden.
Oh, and clouds. And cars. And rabbits. And kumquats.
Help me.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you've been missing. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital. Not bigger, just better. LSS Insurance, Bob Larson. Personalized insurance for your family and business. Discount Tire and Automotive. The best tires at discounted prices. Aspen Dental. Get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. Sports Academy and Racket Club. Your club, your results, your life. Four Seasons Luxury Apartments is your home. Planet Fitness of Logan. No gym intimidation and only $10 a month. New Smile Dental. Experience dental care. The Logo Shop. We logo stuff. All kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 25 years. Hello everyone and welcome to Skyview High School in Smithfield, where tonight on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel, the Skyview Bobcats play host to the Logan Grizzlies. The Bobcats come in at 12-5, ranked number 1 in 4A. They're number 11 statewide. They're 4-1 in region play. We've been around region once, and now we're starting over again. Logan is 10-7 and also 4-1 in region play. They have not lost since that loss against Skyview. They beat Mountain Crest, Green Canyon, Ridgeline, and Bear River. Since that loss to Skyview, they lost that game 59-47. It was a third quarter that really did the Grizzlies in. 17-5 as the Bobcats clamped down defensively on the Logan Grizzlies. Everybody talks about the Bobcats offense, but they are a good defensive basketball team. It was that third quarter that really did the trick. In that game, Falslev had 20 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists for Skyview. Peyton Lee had 14 for the Bobcats. For Logan, McDade with 18 and Bagley with 16 to lead the way, but the bigs were in foul trouble and really couldn't get anything going for Logan. And of course, we're talking about Josh Jensen and Braden Roberts, 6'7" and 6'6". Those two go down there. And Jensen's the number 12 rebounder in 4A. So he makes a difference down there in the paint, but he was in foul trouble right from the start. These two teams are tied atop Region 12. The first top 4 teams in the region go to the playoffs. The top 2 teams will get home court advantage in the first round. That first round starts on the 24th of February. Falsliff coming into this game, he's the number 5 scorer in 4A. He's number 11 in assists. And we talk about Logan winning 5 of 7 and 4 in a row. Well, Skyview's won 5 out of their last 6. They did lose 80-76 in double overtime to Green Canyon in an instant classic that we carried for you last week right here on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. But they've gotten back on the winning track since then with a win against Skyview. Logan's the highest scoring team in region play. They average 68 points per game. Skyview gives up 59 points per game. And when you look at that last game out, Skyview only gave up 47 points. So Logan averages 68 a game, and that includes that 47-point effort against Skyview. So, we'll see what happens tonight if Skyview can clamp down defensively again, as it's filling up here in Smithfield. It was a packed house in Logan for the first time these two teams met. And for all the noise we made about those new rivalries, Green Canyon, Skyview, Ridgeline, Mountain Crest, this is the oldest rivalry going on in the Valley. 54 years, I believe. 1964 was when Skyview opened up. So Skyview and Logan have been going at it they're going into their second half century of competition with each other. They're getting ready here at Skyview High School for the national anthem. So with that, we will step aside for a minute and come back with the starting lineups and the tip-off. Skyview hosting Logan tonight on the Game of the Week.
They would tell me something and I'd say, huh? And then they'd tell me again and I'd say, huh? And they'd say, never mind. And so I called and made an appointment.
Say the word pass.
He's a PhD, and I know what it takes to get a PhD.
Say the word red.
It was like night and day. And then the hearing test was the thing that I thought, wow, he really knows what he's doing. I would recommend Dr. Daines to anybody, everybody.
The national anthem here at Skyview High School, sung by a couple of students at the school. A nice rendition. And kick off the biggest sports weekend in America, of course, Super Bowl weekend, with a great game here tonight. Skyview and Logan. At least we hope it turns into a great game. As a 12-point lead, or a 12-point win for Skyview the last time these two teams played. Just a few weeks ago, it was on the 12th of January. Anthony McDade, number 1 for Logan at 5'9", averaging 14 points per ball game. Jared Bagley, the senior, at 6'1", also averaging 14 points per ball game, getting the start. Cooper Ward at 6'2", another senior for the Grizzlies, joined by Josh Jensen at 6'7", averaging 12 points and 5 rebounds. Braden Roberts at 6'6", 7 points and 5 rebounds for Braden Roberts. He is a senior. And the lights go down in Smithfield. Number 1, Mason Falslow, the sophomore, 6'3", 19 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and just over 1 steal per ball game as an average. Peyton Lee, number 3 at 5'11", averaging 7 points per ball game. We'll run with him in the backcourt. Kobe Wilson at 6'2". A little bit of muscle on the wing, and he can go down low. Number 35 is Braden Radford, 6'6", down on the block, and Cole DeBoard, who can play inside and out at 6 feet tall, averaging 8 points per ball game, a sophomore like Falstaff. We'll also probably see Tristan Hilliard, Cole Smith, Malek Horman, Andrew Dean tonight as well for the Bobcats. And for Logan, look for Charlie Jensen, Kevin Nye, Bryce Ellis, and Trey Davis, all players that are likely to see some time. It's the Skyview student body stating loudly their beliefs, namely that they will win. Jensen controls the tap back to Roberts. He's going to hand to McDade, and we're underway in Smithfield. Both teams 4-1 in region play coming into this one. Ward looks low for Jensen. He has it stripped away. Gets it back for a moment, and it's still free. Cooper Ward fighting for it. Looks like it's out of bounds off of Logan, and it is. So a turnover early for the Grizzlies. Peyton Lee will bring it across the timeline. Down low is Kobe Wilson. From the right side, he turns in and scores over Jensen. 2-0 Bobcats early. Bagley to Roberts, a 3 from the corner, misses everything. Rebound easy for DeBoer. Also working on Bagley, 2 good basketball players. Wilson again, now down low. Radford couldn't find the shot, but Kobe Wilson finds another one, and he's dialed in early. 4 points early for Kobe Wilson, and it's a 4-0 Skyview lead. 6:40 to play in the first period. Logan has yet to attempt a shot. There's one. Bagley from Richmond. 4-3 Skyview. The Bobcats get it over the timeline. Radford, long jumper from the baseline, connects. Bagley to Ward. Skip pass to McDade. McDade was late looking for his offense the last time these two teams played. He ended up with a pretty decent line, but a lot of that scoring came late. He had 18. A lot of that scoring in the second half. Skyview in the zone. Roberts has it kicked, and they call the kick. So Skyview's going to play that zone. We heard Coach Hilliard say they want to protect the paint against those bigs. Make Logan beat him from the perimeter. Just a classic 2-3 look for the Bobcats. Bagley's in the corner. Instead, they go low to Jensen, and it's turnover. And a turnover back the other way as Roberts steps in and intercepts. Bobcats trying to push it, and Roberts was there waiting. They've got a man high post, and Roberts are not really even looking at him. Now he flashes out, and they turn it over again. That's 3 turnovers for Logan. They've only attempted 1 shot. They've had 3 turnovers, and Roberts with the swat. The 1 shot they have attempted went in. Here's McDade using a Josh Jensen screen, and he sneaks in from the left side. It's 6-5 Skyview. 4:50 to play in the first period. Falstaff yet to
attempt a shot. It's been Wilson and Radford that have done the scoring for the Bobcats. Logan playing a zone of their own. Both teams in a 2-3 look. Wilson, a little bit of a heat check. And he's not that hot. Bagley to Ward. Down low they go to Jensen. Jensen works baseline right side, gets it to go. And that's what they couldn't do at Logan. Skyview did a good job of keeping them from getting those low post looks. 7-6 Logan with their first lead. Under 4 minutes to play in the first period. High post, Radford. They dig it out of there. It's McDade who reached in, dug it out. Now he looks down court to Bagley, who steps back behind the three-point line. And he throws it away to Falslev. 4 turnovers for the Grizzlies early. Peyton Lee has it swatted by Cooper Ward. That's 2 blocks for Logan defensively here in the first period. And Peyton Lee will be looking for some contact. And Ward did a good job of coming past him and swatting the ball and keeping his body away. Trey Davis into the ball game, and Roberts will sit. Here's Falslev working against Davis. In the corner, it's Wilson. Falslev long 3, yes. 9-7 Skyview, 3:25 to play in the first period. Davis flashes high post, they don't give it to him, it's back to Bagley. Now Davis straight away, Bagley against that zone. Long 3, hit the first one, misses this one. Tipped by Jensen, won't go. That's Charlie Jensen, he couldn't get it to fall. And 3 minutes to play in the first period. The Bobcats have a 2-point lead, looking for more. It's 5. Peyton Lee with a 3-pointer. It's a 5-point Skyview lead. 2:40 to play in the period. Skip pass to Bagley. There's another one that's taken away by Falslev, and then Bagley fouls him. 5 turnovers in the first period for Logan. And that's the first foul of the game. It goes against Jared Bagley. Bagley's had a couple of those, at least 2 of those 5 turnovers. Here comes Hilliard and Dean. They'll replace Lee and Radford for Skyview. Dean is 6'4", and he's built. He's a defensive end for the football team, and he's built like a football player. You're not going to move him off the block. Falslev, they bring the double to Falslev. DeBoard on the cross-court pass, hands back to Falslev. Pull-up 3, got it! Mason Falslev hits the deck, no call, but he's got 6 points, and it's an 8-point lead for Skyview after Logan had taken a 7-6 lead. It's been a 9-0 run for the Bobcats. 2 minutes to play in this first period. Jensen goes down low to the other Jensen, and now it's back out to Trey Davis. His 3 is good. Trey Davis averaging 5 points per game. He's got 3 right there, and it's 15-10. And that was a shot that the Grizzlies needed. 1:40 to play in the period as they meet Falslev at midcourt. Falslev on Bagley. The board looks low to Dean, out of bounds. Knocked away by Josh Jensen. Roberts and Ward will come back in. Jensen and Bagley are going to take a rest. Falslev looks into DeBoard. Now Falslev steps back in against Roberts. Spins baseline, finds Dean for the elbow jumper. Won't go, rebounded by McDade. Skyview's been shooting the ball well here in this first period. One of their few misses there by Dean. Approaching a minute to play in this first period. A fast-moving first period, only 1 foul called. Here's McDade on the little push shot. Good. Anthony McDade has 4, and it's 15-12. Logan trails by 3, under a minute to play. And Hilliard works against McDade. Hilliard picks up the dribble. Wilson dribbles into a double team. DeBoard in the corner, dribbles out, fires it up, misses. Dean misses from point blank range, and it's blocked by Davis out of bounds off of Logan. Dean didn't know that Davis was there behind him. Trade Davis at 6'3". Doesn't give up much height to Dean, but Dean outweighs him. Davis didn't see him, or Dean didn't see him. Falslip, short corner jumper, blocked by Davis, and they call a foul. It's only the second foul of the game, both on Logan, one on Bagley, one on Davis. 34 seconds to play in the period. Horman getting ready to check in for the Bobcats as Falslip with 6 points goes to the line. That's the first free throw of the game. Skyview with 3 3-pointers in this first period. Logan with 2. Falslip hits the second. He's got 8. Lee comes back in the ball game, and Falslip will take a rest. Horman's in there as well. For the last 30 seconds, the Bobcats go a little small. Bagley back into the game for Logan, and he's going to handle. See if the Grizzlies play for the last shot as Charlie Jensen steps up for the ball. Hands off to Ward, now back with Bagley. 15 seconds. He looks to the bench, and Coach Logan Brown calls the play. 9 seconds. 6 seconds. They get it to Bagley. Bagley looks in to Roberts. Roberts has it blocked by Dean. Long shot by Lee. At the buzzer, he hits it! Fourth three-pointer of the first period, and the Bobcats lead 20-12 as we head into the break.
They say a heart attack feels like a ton of bricks on your chest, and they aren't kidding. Luckily, I was taken to a Mountain Star hospital. They're the only hospitals in Utah with accredited chest pain centers. That's what made this moment possible. Their expertise was the difference between life and death. I'm living proof.
Before every moment counts, choose a health plan that partners with the Mountain Star Healthcare Network.
Not bigger, just better.
Back at Skyview High School, and what an end to a pretty decent first period. Peyton Lee off a block shot by Andrew Dean, takes the ball, takes about one dribble, gets to the three-point line, his own three-point line, and fires at three-quarters court, nothing but net, to give the the Bobcats an 8-point lead over the Grizzlies of Logan as we head into the second period. Jalen Moore is sitting next to me. He's doing radio for this game as a guest host, and of course, you follow Skyview basketball or Valley basketball, you know he hit a shot almost that long in the state tournament to propel his team into a championship. And I asked him at the break there, does that look familiar? And he said, I think that was longer than mine. Steal by McDade as Hilliard was looking to get it inside to Dean. Well, the Grizzlies have been down before in this game, and they were able to work their way back into it, but the Bobcats keeping him at arm's length. 3 turnovers for Skyview, 5 turnovers for Logan in that first period. Hilliard shut off by Roberts as he tries to go baseline left side as Wilson now holds out front. Hilliard. Wilson's going to hand off to Horman. Down low to Dean on the right block. Dean up and under with the left hand, rolls off. Andrew Dean can't buy one here in the early going. 7 minutes to play in the half. 20-12 Skyview. 4 3-pointers for the Bobcats in that first period. Bagley down in deep. He's way under the basket. And they're going to say that on a rebound or on the ricochet, whatever you want to call it, it bounced off the rim and hit the top of the board, and it's out of bounds. Skyview basketball. They bring Jensen back in, Josh Jensen. Speaking of the Grizzlies, and Roberts is with him, so they're back to that starting lineup. Roberts, Board, Wilson, Lee, and Falsliv. So both teams going with their starters here with 6.5 to play in the first half. Falsliv trying to cross over his man. Roberts nearly loses it. He steps on the end line. No, he travels. So Skyview now with their second turnover of the period, and they're at 4 on the giveaway mark. McDade hands to Ward. Bagley to Roberts, now back to Bagley. Bagley with a spin inside, hands it to Jensen. Point blank range, he can't get it to go, but he's fouled. Radford picks up the foul, his first, the team's first. 2 free throws for Skyview in that first period. Here's the first free throws for the Grizzlies. Jensen hits the first. Cooper Ward will take a seat. Charlie Jensen comes in. Charlie Jensen, the 6'2 junior. Josh Jensen hits both free throws. 2014 Skyview, 6 minutes to play in the half. They bring a trapping defense to the Grizzlies, so they're trying to make something happen, force some more turnovers. DeBoer gets by his man, goes baseline right and puts it up and in. DeBoer saw Jensen coming over for the swat. He put it high in the air and it settled lightly home. 22-14 Skyview, 5.5 to play in the half here in Smithfield. McDade. Jensen back to Bagley. Skyview just making shots at a premium. I mean, to get a good shot is a tough order against this Skyview defense. Radford and Jensen both hit the deck, and both of them got a little grumpy about it. And the officials quickly stepped in, and a foul on the shot will put Jensen on the line. Charlie Jensen. It was Josh Jensen and Radford that tussled a little bit. Charlie Jensen with his first point of the game. Roberts will sit and Davis back in. Davis hit a three-pointer, had a blocked shot, played some pretty good defense in that first period. Now he's back on as Charlie Jensen hits both free throws. 22-16 Skyview. 5 minutes to play in the half. Radford's open, high post, free throw line jumper won't go. Charlie Jensen with the board, clears to Bagley. Bagley hands it off to McDade out front, and McDade calls the play. Jensen comes up to set the screen for Charlie Jensen. Now they go back down low to Josh Jensen, and it's tipped away, turned over. Falsliv has it knocked away, somehow gets control and puts it back up and in. He's got 10 to lead all scores, and it's an 8-point lead for Skyview at 24-16. Approaching the midway point of this second period. McDade dribbles into a double team. Ward had the shot and he just hesitated. They're closing out on the three-point shooters of Skyview. Now they go down low to Jensen. Wilson comes from the backside and strips it away. 7 turnovers for the Grizzlies. Lee, three-pointer, won't go. Radford gets the board and it's blocked, and a late whistle and a foul. Maybe they're going to call that one on. Davis from the backside or Jensen. They're going to call it on Jensen. So Josh Jensen picks up his first. That's a third-team foul for the Bobcats. Radford with 2 points. This will be his first trip to the line. First visit these two teams had with one another. The free throws were close to even, both teams missing 3. If I recall correctly, Logan shot 13 and Skyview shot 15. It was pretty close that way. Radford makes both. And it's a 10-point lead, largest lead of the game now for Skyview. Logan's only scored 16 points. There's 3:46 to play in the first half. They've only scored 4 points here in this second period. McDade's got 4, Bagley with 3, Davis with 3, Josh Jensen with 4. Here's Davis, back out to Bagley, 3 ball. Boy, it hit the support again. That's the second time that it kind of has hit the heel of the iron, bounced up and hit that support, and they call it out of bounds. And Logan had the rebound. They were going to get another shot at it, but it hit that support, so it's out of bounds. Skyview with a chance to extend that 10-point lead. Here's a steal by Cooper Ward. Nice anticipation, spin, score. Interesting, Ward, you'd think maybe he just takes it right at the defender. Instead, he spins, goes up and under, and puts it in. The degree of difficulty much higher with the shot he ended up taking. Lo and behold, loses it out of bounds. Logan thought that he touched it last. We are a long way from it up here. That's what it looked like, but it was definitely tipped away from him. Wilson tries to bounce it into Peyton Lee, and McDade takes it away. McDade quickly into the front court. Good defense by Peyton Lee to stay in front of McDade, who is quick. Bagley turned for the shot, and that one looked like a kick. It went right off the foot of one of the Bobcats. No whistle. And the Bobcats pick it up. Another turnover for Logan. Bobcats getting the break there, leading by 8. Here's Falsley. Pull up 3. Won't go. Rebound. Tipped around. Dean's got it and one. And Roberts shrugs his shoulders like, well, what am I supposed to do? So Roberts picks up his first foul. That's team foul number 4. And Andrew Dean will go to the line for a chance at a 3-point play. Falsley couldn't hit the 3-pointer, but Dean got the rebound, and the Bobcats had a chance at 3 anyway, but the free throw won't go. So the lead remains 10, 28-18. Again, Logan, the top scoring team in region play. In Region 12, they average 68 points a game. They're sitting at 18 with 2 minutes to play in the first half. Skyview's just not giving him any shots. Here's the lob to Jensen. Touch pass back to Roberts. He lays it in. Roberts' first bucket. All 5 starters have scored for the Grizzlies. It's 28-20 Skyview as they bring the double team to Falsley. Falsley with the big game against Green Canyon on our last game of the week. 30+ in that one. Most of those in the second half and the overtimes. Dean turns to his left, high off the glass, rebounded by Josh Jensen. Stop and go move by McDade. Leave it off for Bagley. He hits the deck, and the ball through the bucket. 5 for Bagley, and it's a 6-point Skyview lead with 1:20 to play in the half. Bagley with the bump on Falsley. Falsley kind of lost control of the basketball, and Bagley took a lunge at it, and Falsley was able to put his body into him and draw the foul. Charlie Jensen will replace Jared Bagley. 10 points for Falsley. He leads all scorers. Peyton Lee has 6 for Skyview. Here's Peyton Lee with the ball all the way to the rim. Too hard off the iron as Jensen was there to challenge. 1 minute to play in the first half. 28-22 Skyview. their second meeting of the season. We've started over in region play. Both teams 4-1 in region play. Logan hasn't lost since the last time they met. These two teams met. Roberts' shot won't go. Falstaff climbs the ladder for the board. He secures, and he'll bring it across the timeline. 30 seconds to play in the half. Oh, down low, Lee gets behind the defense. He misses. Ball's free. Radford comes up with it, and one opportunity for Braden Radford. Skyview on the offensive boards, giving the Grizzlies fits. Bagley's going to come back into the game, and Charlie Jensen will sit. 25 seconds to play in the half, and Radford with 6 points, looking for one more from the free throw line. He's 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. Missed that one short, and Roberts clears. McDade crosses the timeline at 16 seconds. He brought Bagley in. He'll probably take the last shot, if not be the facilitator. Oh, McDade was open in the corner and they missed him. Now McDade has it. Long three, rims around, won't go. All out of bounds with .2 on the clock, and Skyview will get the basketball. Technically, that's not enough time for a shot. Lee, Lightning will not strike twice. For Peyton Lee, the Bobcats take an 8-point lead into the locker room, 30-22. Skyview, you're watching the game of the week on the Valley Channel.
At Farmers, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rodent ride-along.
All right, buddy. Don't forget anything.
I won't, Dad.
Good morning, Captain Rod here. It's pretty hairy out on the interstate. Traffic is literally crawling, but there is some movement on the east side overpass. Getting word of another collision.
It happened December 14th, 2015, and we covered it. Talk to Farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Give us a call at 752-9493. You'll be glad you did.
Hi. Hey, wanted to tell you my experience with Discount Tire. I own quite a few vehicles, more than I should. Discount Tire always takes care of me. I go down there, I feel like part of the family. They keep records of everything they've done to every one of my vehicles. They keep better records than I do. I go in there, I don't bother checking prices. Their prices are awesome. I need an inspection, I call them, wow, come on down, we'll take care of you. In fact, I have a vehicle down there right now, and that's what they said, come down, we'll take care of you. They're just great people. You go in there, it's a homey atmosphere. Their waiting area, gosh, got a TV going on, it's very comfortable. It's always very comfortable, summer, winter. They just do a great job, but more importantly, they take really good care of my vehicles. They're really good guys.
And that's why I don't like gyms.
Well, Megan, we're not a gym. We're Planet Fitness.
No gym intimidation, no lunks, clean and spacious. Just $10 a month. We're not a gym. We're Planet Fitness.
PCs Unlimited is Cache Valley's first choice for all things computer. For over 20 years, our friendly and knowledgeable staff have been there to help you with on-site and in-store service, repair, diagnostics, networking, upgrades, system and data recovery, all of your computer needs. Our prices are low and our customer service is the best. Come see the professionals at PCs Unlimited, 610 North Main in Logan.
Vehicle won't start? We can fix that.
Not running right? We can fix that. Won't stop? We can fix that. Auto Evolution, honest service at a fair price on Airport Road.
Hi, Cache Valley. This is Fernando with the Factory Pizzeria. We're running a special right now. We're giving out free nachos when you buy a large pizza with 3 toppings. Just mention this out and you're gonna get a free nachos every time you come. The Factory Pizzeria is located in 119 South Main, below the Gia's in the basement. Come see us as soon as you can. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sydney Barlow and I'm a forward on the Skyview girls soccer team. I'm honored to be a Wendy's All-Star. Go Bobcats!
Hi, I am Kylie Griffin. I am a forward on the Skyview girls soccer team. I am honored to be a Wendy's All-Star. Go Bobcats!
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you've been missing. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital. Not bigger, just better. LSS Insurance, Bob Larson. Personalized insurance for your family and business. Discount Tire and Automotive. The best tires at discounted prices. Aspen Dental. Get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. Sports Academy and Racket Club. Your club, your results, your life. Four Seasons Luxury Apartments is your home. Planet Fitness of Logan. No gym intimidation and only $10 a month. New Smile Dental. Experience dental care. The Logo Shop. We logo stuff. All kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 25 years.
Back in Smithfield at Skyview High School, where the Bobcats lead the Grizzlies 30-22 as we get ready to start the second half. Eric Olson along with you tonight. We hope you enjoyed the first half. The big play in that first half, the three-quarter court buzzer beater at the end of the first period by Peyton Lee. That was the period that Skyview staked their lead. They outscored Logan 20-12 in the first. Both teams a 10-point second quarter. The offense a little tougher to come by for both teams there in that second period. Mason Falslev led all scorers with 10 points, 6 for Peyton Lee, 4 for Kobe Wilson, 6 for Braden Radford as well, and 2 apiece for Andrew Dean and Cole DeBoard. For Logan, they were paced by Jared Bagley in his 5 points, 4 for McDade, 4 for Josh Jensen. Trey Davis came off the bench to hit a tray and ended up in the first half with 3 points. Charlie Jensen with 2 and Cooper Ward with 2. So Bagley and McDade, between the both of them, averaged 28 points per ball game. It got 9 at the half. And Skyview defensively making it tough for Logan to even get a good look. The Grizzlies had a couple of times where they had a look and then they hesitated, wondering maybe if there was another look or a better look to have. And when you're playing and you get a look against a defense like that, you really just have to take the shot. Maybe the coach is telling them to look for something inside, but I'm pretty positive that Coach Brown, if they've got the shot, he wants them to take it. Skyview in a zone almost entirely that first half, and Logan didn't do much to solve it. Between the two teams, there were 6 3-pointers in the first period, none in the second period, and the Grizzlies get on the board early. And now a foul called as Falslev brings it across midcourt. They double him and take it away, but a foul is called. Cooper Ward gets the foul. (30-24) Skyview. We've just started the second half as DeBoard takes it to the rim. Too hard off the glass, and it's rebounded by Cooper Ward. Bagley into the paint, pull-up jumper. 4 quick points for Logan, and they've cut the Skyview lead in half. We played less than a minute of this third period, 30-26. And there's just about a steal. Yes, it is a steal. Roberts to Bagley. Bagley's going to attack Kobe Wilson. Put it up and in. He'll go to the line. Bagley showing some fire after that foul call. He's come out on the attack. He had 5 points in the whole first half. If he hits this free throw, he's got 5 points in less than a minute of this second half. He misses the free throw. So he sits at 9 points for the game. But it's 30-28. That lead down to 2 for Skyview. Now Logan's sitting in the zone. Nope, they're back into a man now. Wilson inside with the dish to Radford. Easy from the right side. Radford with 8. The big man came over to help. And Wilson with the underhand scoop to Radford, and he knew what to do with it. There's a foul down low as Jensen and DeBoard are going at it. Cole DeBoard with his second team foul on Skyview. Skyview had 2 team fouls the entire first half, and they've already got 2. We've played a minute and a half. Here's a turnover. Falslip takes it away. Falslip going hard against Roberts, and he'll go to the line. Braden Roberts made sure Falslip didn't score, but Falslip did everything he could to try to. Falslip from the line tonight is 2 for 2, now 3 of 3. With 6:23 to play in this third period, Skyview back out to a 6-point lead after the 2 made free throws. Logan had cut it from an 8-point lead at the half to a 2-point lead before Skyview finally got going, and now Skyview scored the last 4 points. McDade, he had 18 the last time out. He's got 4 here. Tries the baseline. Nice little pass from McDade to Bagley, and Bagley just about loses his head. I think it's Kobe Wilson. It is Wilson picking up his third team foul. That was a nice pass by McDade. He drove baseline right side and found Bagley. Bagley in double figures now. He's got 10. McDade averages 14, 2, 3, and 2. Bagley averages 14, 2, 3, and 1. So talk about a perfectly matched pair back there in that backcourt for the Grizzlies. They double up Falsa when he comes across the timeline. Here's a block by Jensen. Wilson tried to attack. Jensen just too long. 34-30 Bobcats. 5:40 to play in the third. Logan with the ball. Bagley, he can hit from there. Soaking McDade. Got it! Anthony McDade with his first triple of the night. He's got 7 points. It's a 1-point ball game. 34-33 Bobcats approaching the 5-minute mark of the third period. Peyton Lee works on Bagley. Bagley with 2 fouls. He and Roberts with 2 apiece for the Grizzlies. DeBoard loses it. Taken away by McDade. McDade against 3 Bobcats backs it out. Trey Davis getting set to check in for the Grizzlies, along with Horman for Skyview. Cole Smith at the scorer's table as well for the Bobcats. Bagley straight away. Now McDade. He's got to look if he wants it. He does. He wants it all. 10 points for McDade. And the Grizzlies with their first lead since the first period. 36-34 Logan. They've come out on fire here in the third. Down low, Jensen with the takeaway. Another turnover for Skyview, their third of the period. 7 on the game. Logan with a 2-point lead and looking to add to it. Four minutes to play in the third. They look down low to Roberts. He's doubled, and then Jensen picks it up and he travels with it. He took a couple of steps and shuffled before he put the ball on the floor. 10 turnovers for Logan. Horman into the ball game. Horman, a good defender. See if they slap him on Bagley. But McDade's got 6 points here in this third period as well. McDade and Bagley, 12 between them here in the third. Here's Jensen challenging another shot. Radford gets the rebound. Trey Davis fighting for it, and Peyton Lee comes up with it. A couple of blocks there by the Grizzlies as they defend the rim. Peyton Lee between the circles. Angles to his right. Looking down low for Falsa. Bagley comes around him to take it away. And they're going to call a foul on Jared Bagley. That's his third. That's a big one. Now he's going to have to go to the bench with 3:22 to play in the third period. So keep track of this one. 3:22 to play in the third. Bagley just picked up his third. They're going to let Cooper Ward come into the game? Yeah, they are. Logan leads by 2 as Bagley heads to the bench with 3:22 to play in the third. And 3 fouls on Bagley. 3 fouls on each team here in the third period. Out front, the Hilliard, Smith. Yeah, he traveled. He got up on his toes and moved the foot. He raised like he was going to shoot and then kind of slid the foot before he put the ball down, and that's something that's been a point of emphasis. That step before the ball hits the ground. So Logan with the ball again, leading by a bucket. 36-34, all the way back from 10 points down. The lob to Jensen, way too tall for him as Davis. Good idea, bad execution. So Skyview with a chance to tie or take the lead. Falsive double. Foreman just about loses it. Gives it off to Smith, who steps inside. Gives it to Dean, and he knows what to do. Andrew Dean with 4. Timeout on the floor. We're tied at 36 with 2:43 to play in the third, and Skyview takes a 30-second timeout to talk about it. One of the Grizzly coaching staff, he wants to talk to one of the officials, not sure about what. They're not coming over to talk to him. Yeah, now they are. That's happening off camera there, but he didn't spend long talking to him. It's been a game where the guys in stripes have let the players play. It's been rough a couple of times, gotten a little physical a couple of times, but for the most part, the players are playing basketball. Logan's outscored Skyview 14-6 here in this third period. It's the mirror opposite of what happened at Logan when Logan was outscored 17-5 in the third period. So McDade will bring it up. Bagley's on the bench with 3 fouls. He's got 11 points. But they're all with him on the bench. Nice look underneath as Jensen misses. Josh Jensen keeps it alive. Charlie Jensen gets it back and scores. Oh, what a look by McDade. And Charlie Jensen didn't finish at first, but they hit the offensive boards. Josh Jensen keeping it alive, and they come up with the bucket. Falslip with the 3, won't go. Swatted out by Dean as he keeps it alive for the Bobcats. Big plays being made by the bigs. Dean from the left side, too hard. Ball free. Grizzlies have it out in front of everybody as Jensen. Lay it up and in. Charlie Jensen with 6 points. And it's a 4-point Grizzly lead. Under 2 minutes to play in the third period. And the officials take a timeout. Falslove, I think, is bleeding. So he's got to get off the floor. And they're looking at him. Looks like he's got a bloody nose. They're looking at him over behind the bench, and he's tilting his head back and holding the bridge of his nose. He may have got swatted in the face as those players, or 4 or 5 players, swatting at the basketball down there under the Skyview basket. So they stop play and make Falslove go to the bench. They haven't charged a timeout to Skyview yet. They're going to wipe some blood up off the floor. With the timeout and see if Falslove is allowed to come back into the game. (18-6). The Bobcats have been outscored here in this third period. Logan came out of the locker room on a mission. They erased an 8-point deficit and they lead by 4 with 1:51 to play in the third. Falslove's on the bench as they try to get his bleeding stopped. He's got a bloody nose. He had to leave the game. Down low they go to Dean. Cutters run through. He can't find any of them. Back out front to Lee, and he's fouled. Cooper Ward. A little too handsy. You get whistled in the game and slapped on a date. Under a minute and a half now. Play in the third. Hilliard runs through. He's got it in the corner. Looking low to Horman against McDade. Knocks McDade down, and they're going to call McDade. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. McDade, Horman put the shoulder into him hard. McDade sold it. Logan Brown doesn't like that call, and I agree with him. And maybe the official thought, well, he sold it too much. And that's why he decided to call it the way he did. They're way closer to it than we are. There's Horman down low again. Looked like a foul, and that one wasn't called. So the Bobcats got a break, and then the Grizzlies got a break, and now the Grizzlies have the ball. Leading by 4 with 1:10 to play. And Falslove comes back into the ball game, and Peyton Lee will take a breather. One minute to play in the third. 4-point Grizzly lead. They've come back from an 8-point deficit. In fact, they trailed by 10 late in the second. Down low they go to Jensen. Turn in and score from the right block. Josh Jensen now with 6. Couldn't do that in the first half. Falslove just inside the free throw line. Misses, and a foul on Dean as he wraps up Bagley. He helps him up. Dean with his first, so no worries there about foul trouble. In fact, Kobe Wilson's the only Bobcat in foul trouble. He's got 2. Bagley's back on the court with 3 fouls. So if you're Logan, or if you're Skyview, you find that matchup. Bagley will have to play very soft defensively. 35 seconds, and Logan spreads it out. A 4 corners offense. And now Skyview extends that defense. See if they can pull them out of it. They're not counting, so they're not close enough. They move it around just enough to keep that 5-second count from starting. Now it's on. Down low they go to Roberts. Roberts across the lane with the left hand. Wanted a foul. Doesn't get it. 1 second. Falslove loses it. He wanted a foul too, and the officials, as they've done all night, are letting the kids play. And play they did. Speaking of Logan, they've erased an 8-point deficit and lead 42-36 as we head to the fourth. 20-6, Skyview outscores Logan. Logan outscores Skyview in the third period. 20-6. And now Logan leads 42-36. Jared Bagley had 6 points in that third period, as did Anthony McDade. So 12 of the 20 points by McDade and Bagley. Dean, Falsliv, and Radford each had 2 in the third for Skyview. Putting this into perspective, Logan scored 22 the entire first half. They scored 20 there in the third. They hit their shots and they had a few wrinkles in their offense, and they were able to get some stuff going down in the paint with the bigs. And then Bagley and McDade just started hitting shots. They were getting looks and they were taking advantage. Hilliard against Jensen. Hilliard falls down. Oh, Hilliard may be hurt. He hurt his knee earlier this season, and you just hope he hasn't hurt it again. He is on the floor and in pain. It looked like as he was heading to the hoop, he went to plant, and the leg just gave out on him underneath him. And you can see the officials kind of talking about it too. You know, he hurt his knee earlier this season, and he's been back playing here the last few weeks. As they work on him down underneath the basket there on the baseline, you hate to see any of these kids get hurt. They're going to help him up, and he's not going to put any weight on it. They're going to help him off the court. And the call was a turnover. His knee gave out, and he lost the ball. So on the turnover, Skyview now with 9 giveaways. And Logan will take over, leading by 6. Grizzlies have been red hot, winners of 4 straight. Their last loss came against Skyview in the region opener. Skyview won the third quarter in that game, if you're just joining, 17-5. Logan just won the third quarter in this one, 20-6. Dade hands off to Roberts. Now Bagley. You know what? Logan can take the air out of the basketball. I've seen games where they have held the ball for almost 2 minutes before finding a shot. They can be patient when they want to be. They have a 6-point lead. Skyview can make up 6 points in a hurry, but they need the ball to do it. Down low to Bagley, working against Falsliv. Falsliv wouldn't give him a look, so he kicks it back out front. Now McDade. McDade, the door opens up, lay it up and in. Anthony McDade with 12. And it's an 8-point Logan lead. 6.5 to play in the game. Falsliv works against McDade, left side, shot won't go, and a foul. McDade kind of got up underneath him, and that's what they'll call. He can't get into a shooter's legs when he's up off the floor. Falsliv misses. This is the 10th free throw of the game for Skyview. Logan's taken 7, so pretty even in that respect. And Falsliv hits 1 of 2. 7 of 10 from the free throw line for the Bobcats. Logan is 6 of 7. Skyview wants a timeout. There's 6.5 minutes to play in this basketball game. Skyview ranked number 1 in 4A. They're tied with Logan for the top spot in Region 12. The Grizzlies are thinking upset, leading by 7 points. With 6.5 minutes to play, they trailed by double digits late in the second. This game has seen some stellar defense, awesome offensive plays, and a 3/4 court buzzer beater. at the end of the first period. It's pretty close to a full house here in Smithfield tonight. It's the longest running rivalry in the Valley. Plays for the second and final time here tonight. You'd have to look at the playoff brackets. They may be able to meet in the playoffs, but this will be the final regular season meeting. Full court pressure by Skyview. Now they back out of it. Last time out, Logan took nearly a minute off the clock before shooting. McDade fires one up quicker this time, but Josh Jensen is there for the board. 6 minutes in the ball game. Back door, Bagley, catch, shoot, score. Nice pass, and Bagley puts it up and in. He has 13. Peyton Lee gets his pocket pick. The ball is free. Jensen comes up with it. They're going to call a quick jump ball, and it favors Logan. That's a turnover. 10 now for Skyview. And the Grizzlies doing everything right here in this second half. 37-46. Logan by 9. Bagley across midcourt. He's got to run into the rim, and he misses, and Radford, they're going to say, hit his head, I think. Radford turns and asks, well, what did I do? Radford picks up his second. Bagley will go to the line. Bagley had 5 in the first half. He's got 9 so far here in the second. Bagley 1 of 2, and Ward is there to steal the rebound. And he gets a big hand from the Logan crowd and the Logan bench as Logan takes time out. And the Grizzlies are fired up. And that play right there is indicative of what this second half has been. The Grizzlies, they're winning the 50-50 balls. They're making the hustle plays. And Skyview just hasn't had an answer yet. There's 5.5 minutes for them to find an answer. It's a 10-point deficit, and this is mostly uncharted territory for Skyview. They've lost 5 games all year. They lost to Green Canyon in that double overtime game. But they came back from a big deficit in that one. So Skyview has been resilient. Bobcats need to start making something happen soon. Cooper Ward with the hustle play off the missed free throw by Bagley. And the Grizzlies get the ball back with a 10-point lead. 5.5 to play in the game. They throw it into the backcourt. McDade gets in front of Horman, and then he slows down on purpose so that Horman runs into him, and it's a foul on Horman. 16 foul. That's a heads-up play by McDade. McDade, the junior. He's only 5'9". Lots of quicks, though. The adjustments that Logan made at the half, they're working. There's a turnover. Falslip leans in, and that's the fourth foul on Bagley. Bagley's hot. He's thinking, how's that a foul if we're both going for the basketball? And a quick whistle, and Bagley just picked up number 4, and it's free throws the rest of the way for both teams. That's the 7th team foul, and that's one way for Skyview to get back into it. Create turnovers and then score with the clock stopped. Also connects. $14 for Falslip. Now 15. Full court pressure by Skyview. Roberts needs a timeout. He asked for it. Are they going to give it to him? Yeah, they do. We saw this against Green Canyon. Skyview really good defending the inbounds after made shots. Green Canyon had possession after possession where they kept turning it over. Couldn't get it inbounds, couldn't get it up the court. And Roberts couldn't find anybody there. So Skyview cutting the Logan lead to 8 with 5:16 to play in the ball game. Skyview led 20-12 after one period and 30-22 at the half. Logan used a huge third quarter, 20-6 they outscored Skyview to take a 42-36 lead into the fourth. And now it's 47-39. They've outscored Skyview 5-3. They give it into Davis. Davis tries to split the double team. Now he hands it off to Ward. Ward misses. Or loses it, boy. Skyview's just so good on that inbounds defense. And Cole Smith will go to the line. I mean, Davis tried to split the double and he lost the ball as he tried to step through. They didn't let him through and he just tripped over him and fell down. You know, they don't have to let him go through. And Cole Smith will shoot a pair of free throws. Misses the first. Bagley comes back into the ball game. 5:08 to play. He's got 4 fouls. And I just keep him as far away from Mason Falsov as possible on the defensive end, because Falsov will find that 5th foul for him. They're going to hand it off to McDade. They try to trap McDade. McDade gets it into the front court to Bagley. McDade, a good ball handler, lots of quicks, lots of speed. He's who you want to have ball in the hands. Or this guy, Bagley. Easy 2. Jensen had it high post. Bagley cuts back door. He finds him for the easy bucket. 49-40 Logan. Falsov pulls up for 3. Long rebound, and we're going the other way as Bagley is fouled. Cole Smith picks up his second. And now both teams in the penalty. Bagley 1-1. 15 for Bagley. Tied for game high honors with Falsov. Now Bagley has 16. He had 5 at the half. Now he's got 16. Bagley hits them both. And Logan leads 51-40 with 4:36 to play in the ball game. Here's Falsov across the timeline. McDade just kind of rides along to slow him down a little bit. They want to make Skyview take some time. Jensen knocks it away from Dean. Wilson inside, lay it up, score it. Kobe Wilson with his first bucket since the first period. He has 6. Roberts will bring it across the timeline. Looking for some help, he finds Josh Jensen. Jensen hands it off to Roberts. Roberts in from the right side. Jensen with the rebound, put back, it won't fall, and he'll go to the line. That's going to be on Kobe Wilson. That's 4 on Kobe Wilson. And Jensen with 2 free throws, makes the first. 7 for Jensen. 8 for Jensen as he hits both. 53-42, an 11-point Logan lead. Again, if you're just joining us, Logan trailed by double digits in the second period and by 8 at the half. Big third quarter gives them a lead going into the fourth, and now they lead by 11 with 3:50 to play. Horman against Jensen. Jensen with the swat. And then Jensen takes a look at him. Says, hey, in here, this here's where I live. 3:46 to play. Here's Wilson inside against Jensen. He sees Jensen and then kicks it back out to Cole Smith. His 3 ball won't go. Rebound fought for out of bounds off of Falsliff. Logan with the ball back and an 11-point lead. Bagley replaces Davis as they sneak a few minutes on the bench for Bagley. He's playing with 4 fouls. Go out to Roberts, he can't catch it. Turnover. 3 ball on the way, Smith. No, it's Wilson, 3. Wilson with 9. Logan with 12 turnovers. Should be an 8-point game. 53-45 it is. Here's Jensen underneath. He dribbles it out of bounds. He loses it. Bagley had the shot. He didn't take it. Instead, he was unselfish and tried to shovel it under the big man. The pass a little low. Jensen couldn't handle it. He loses it out of bounds. And Bagley, I think, was mad at himself. He should have just taken the shot. 8-point lead for Logan. Approaching the 3-minute mark of the ball game. Skyview trying to shoot their way back into it. Long shot by Kobe Wilson, won't go, but Cole DeBoard, after the steal, knows what to do with it. DeBoard with 4. Here's another turnover. Let's see. It is. Logan Brown and the Logan bench is beside themselves. And it's kind of turned into football out here on this inbound stuff. And Logan begging for a foul, and they won't call it, but they're going to call that. And Logan Brown just folds his arms and turns away. This guy's falling on the floor and being tackled. Calling that. But you know what? Skyview, they throw that full court press on. They throw their bodies around. They get in passing lanes. And teams just, they can't handle it. And Skyview is getting themselves back into the game. 6-point lead, it was 11. 2:46 to play. Falsliff hits the free throw. He's got 16. Misses the second, rebounded by Ward. See, they go in digging for it again. And now Logan calls a timeout. Really, that's what happens if you watch Skyview when they've got that. As soon as a player turns for Logan to try to take a dribble, somebody from Skyview is diving at the floor, diving in at the ball. And that's what Logan's kind of complaining about. Is, hey, they're just diving into their legs trying to get that ball. And, you know, they're letting them do it. So the Grizzlies have to find a way to figure it out. And right now, they're lead by 5 with 2:43 to play, and they have the ball. Both teams in the penalty. 9 team fouls on Logan, 8 on Skyview. Just about a minute and 10 seconds ago, it was an 11-point lead. Now it's down to 5. Skyview's defensive intensity has ratcheted up. Been a fun ball game. We saw this against Green Canyon. They got out to the lead against Skyview, and then Skyview slapped on that full court pressure. Green Canyon couldn't solve it. Logan's having trouble with it. Roberts hands it back to Ward. Now Roberts. He's asking for McDade to come get it. Roberts is going to dribble into a double team. They get it across the timeline. Bagley lay it up, and they call a goaltend. Yes, they're going to call the goaltend on Falsliff. Looked like Bagley got it on the glass before Falslev got there. That's still a heck of an athletic play by Falslev. Bagley knew he was there, and he got that thing on the glass quick. If it hits the glass first and then you slap it, it's goaltending. Mason Falslev's a great athlete. 55-48. Logan hanging on to that lead. Skyview making a charge. Here's Falslev working against Davis. Falslev all the way in, and a foul called as Roberts blocks him at the rim. And this is Falslev's game. If they'll give him an opening, he'll take it, and then he'll make sure that if he can't get the shot, he's going to go to the line. We've seen a couple of games where the guys in stripes weren't having any of it, and Falslev took a beating in the couple of those games we've done. They wouldn't call anything. But that's his game, and he's good at creating contact and knows what to do with it. 18 points now for Falslev. They give it into Roberts, back to Ward. Ward loses it. Now he finds Roberts. Roberts ahead to Bagley. Now 3-on-1. Jensen, lay it up and in. If they can get it across midcourt, the Grizzlies have had no trouble scoring. That's a big if, because Skyview's stopping them in the backcourt. DeBoard, three, looks good, too long. Rebound by Horman, under 2 minutes to play. Three from the other side. DeBoard from the backside, can't get it to go, and Roberts with the rebound. Bagley saves it. And here come the Grizzlies, leading by 7. McDade, left hand, and one! Flex him up, youngster. Oh my goodness. They fouled him hard to try to prevent the and one, and he had enough strength to scoop it up there, and he'll go to the line. 14 points for McDade, right on his average. He's got a chance to push the lead back out to 10. And there's an upset brewing in Smithfield. Falslev across the timeline, swatted out of bounds, and they're going to call McDade for the foul. Oh, and the Logan fans are beside themselves. But for McDade, I'm showing that's his first foul. And Falslev once again earning himself a trip to the free throw line. Some players just have a knack for getting to the line, creating contact. Falslev's one of those players. He does not have a field goal in second half. 2, 4, 6, 8 points in the second half, all from the free throw line. Now 9 points in the second half, all from the free throw line, 19 for the game. So of his 19 points, 11 of them, let's see, 8 of them are on field goals, the rest from the free throw line. And that's how good scorers become great scorers. They find a way to get to the free throw line and get points that way. $20 points for Jared Bagley, 15 here in the second half. McDade had 4 at halftime. He's got 16 now. They've been big in this second half of McDade and Bagley. In the first game, McDade and Bagley had 18 and 16 respectively. We talked about Falslev. His 9 points here in the second half. Kobe Wilson's had 5 in the second half, but other than that, Andrew Dean's had 2, DeBoard has had 2, and Cole Smith with 1, and that's it. McDade throwing the touchdown pass to Jensen, and Jensen is stripped. He'll go to the line. So McDade was inbounds. He stepped out of bounds. He threw it along the baseline to him, and then he threw it down court to a streaking Jensen, and they had to foul him to prevent the easy bucket. Jensen. $12 for Jensen. And it's an 11-point lead. Logan looking to take sole possession. Wow, everything they've called tonight, and they didn't call all that contact as Falsa was trying to get to the line on a three-point play. Here's a steal. Falsa again on a three. He looks for another foul, and they don't call it again. That one, he looked like he got hit on the hand, but you know, we've seen tonight a couple of times where players have tried to sell a foul and didn't get the whistle when they tried to sell it too hard. That first one, it looked like Falsa may have tried to sell it a little hard. That second one, you know, on the follow-through, they got his hand, and he's still talking about it, and the official's talking to him about it. Falsa's pointing it out to him. And Roberts will go to the line for 2 free throws. 1 minute to play. An upset-minded Logan Grizzlies team. Foreman's going to replace Wilson as Wilson's fouled out. 9 points for Kobe Wilson. And the Grizzlies are 1 minute away from repaying the favor of the earlier loss to Skyview. Roberts misses the first. Skyview had gone down by 11. They'd clawed back to within 6. And then Logan went back on another run. Roberts makes the second. So they have another run in them. Do they have the time if they don't have the run? And Falslev says, you know, I'm taking it right at you, 6'6". I don't care. Misses the dunk, but he's going to the line. $20 for Falsa. 21. Skyview will take a timeout. Now you can't take anything for granted if you're Logan. The last time after the last foul, some of the Logan players were waving their arms in the air at their substantial student section across the way there. But it's not over. There's 53 seconds, and Skyview cut an 11-point lead down. It wasn't 6, it was down to 5. They cut an 11-point lead down to 5 in about 1 minute and 6 seconds earlier. Now I know cutting it down to 5 still equals a loss when you're up by 10. But the point is, Skyview can get points in a hurry. And that inbounds defense of Skyview is a monster. Logan's found some ways to solve it, though. It's in the backcourt that there's the big problems. If you can get it across midcourt, you've got yourself an easy shot. But that's easier said than done. As they deny. Now they give it off to McDade. McDade runs into Horman. Horman stands his ground, trying to see if he can't get an offensive foul called, but they call it on Horman. Logan hangs on to win. They take over sole possession of first place in Region 12. $15 for McDade. Looking for 2 more. This is the first. It's the second. 16 for Anthony McDade. He and Bagley have just been nails here in this second half. DeBoard to Peyton Lee, and it's turned over. Skyview's 12th turnover. Both teams now with 12 turnovers. 8 turnovers in the second half for Skyview. And that's been one of their problems. Into the backcourt, Bagley's all by himself. Falsliv is there, Bagley up and under and scores it. Bagley with 22. That'll probably do it. Falsliv pulls up for a long three, right down the barrel. Pulls the Bobcats within 10, 56-66, with 29 seconds to play. I remember way back early in this ballgame when I said that, gosh, Logan is the highest scoring team in Region 12 in region play, averaging 68 points per ballgame. And at that point they had 18 points and the first half was almost over. They ended the first half with 22 points. Well, they've scored 44 points here in this second half. And they're 2 points away from being at their region average. Skyview's right behind them with what they score. But Skyview defensively gives up 59 points per game in region play. And the Grizzlies have eclipsed that by 7. 29 ticks on the big board. 66-56 Logan. They've thrown the long ball a few times to break this press. DeBoard with the steal, back to Falsliv. Falsliv misses, but he'll go to the line as Ward fouls him. 13th turnover for the Grizzlies. And only a few seconds rolled off the clock. 21 seconds to play. 8 seconds off the clock on that one. Falsliv makes. $25 for Falsliv, 26 for Falsliv. Roberts to McDade. Now they foul McDade with 16 seconds to play. Well, for Bagley, he had 5 at the half, 11 after 3 quarters. He's got 22 now. And McDade goes to the line for 2 more. This is the first. McDade with 18. Excuse me, 16. Now he's got 17. DeBoard pulls up for a 3, way long, rebounded by Smith. Smith tries one of his own. In and out. Ward tries to keep it alive. Horman turns and fires. He misses, and the Logan Grizzlies have pulled the upset. 67-58, the Grizz take over sole possession of first place in Region 12 as they shock the Bobcats on their home court. Logan hot, 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 and they stay hot with their 5th win in a row. 67-58, the Grizz with a win. We hope you enjoyed the game. We'll see you next time on the Valley Channel.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you've been missing. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital. Not bigger, just better. LSS Insurance, Bob Larson. Personalized insurance for your family and business. Discount Tire and Automotive. The best tires at discounted prices. Aspen Dental. Get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. Sports Academy and Racket Club. Your club, your results, your life. Four Seasons Luxury Apartments is your home. Planet Fitness of Logan. No gym intimidation and only $10 a month. New Smile Dental. Experience dental care. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 25 years.